Just wanted to say, come in and say hi. I'll be going fishing later. I'll have you on. I'll have you on live stream then. Haven't gone and got my fishing poles and things yet, but I promise you. Hey, Ascari, hon. Good morning. I hope you're having a great morning. You were. Hey, Triple X Bro, how are you this morning? I hope you're having great too. Love you too, Ascari. I love you a lot. You're at work, Triple X. Well, let's hope work goes good for you this morning, bro. That's what I'm hoping. I'll be going fishing later on today. I'll be trying to catch some fish. I'll live stream that for y'all if you're interested. Some people are, some people ain't. I understand. Good morning, Futs. How are you, hon? Love you. Love you too, Ascari. I love Triple X. Y'all are awesome, awesome people. Great people. But I thought I'd share my first morning cup of coffee with you. Here's my first morning cup of coffee. It's a big cup. I don't function too well without it. But I thought I'd share my morning cup of coffee with y'all. I woke up. I woke up to seeing a woodpecker pecking on the tree right out here outside the boat. I woke up and I saw two deer run off that were within 20 yards of my boat. Hi, Wendy O, hon. There's my woman. There she is. The beautiful Wendy O just showed up. I love her to death. She is a great, great person. Sweetheart. Just a sweetheart. Wendy O, there's two things to check on the no notification. There is a spam folder for YouTube. Checking to see if they have decided to put me on into your spam folder. If you have, you just need to say I'm not spam. Check it; it's not spam, and it'll take me right out. Two, sometimes it works too. Also, if you just unsubscribe and subscribe again, and you'll start getting notifications that way too. But that's something YouTube's been having a problem with a lot lately. I went into my spam folder. I was wondering why. Tex Rose actually brought up the spam folder thing for YouTube, and I went and did what he said, and I pulled 5 people out of my spam folder that I was not getting a notification for. So they've made them as spam instead of as a person I was subscribed to. So um, that happens. YouTube's doing a lot of updates, things like that. They're messing up things. So I got, it's great. I don't know what I did, but I got 3 of the most beautiful women on YouTube in my chat right now. I'm ecstatic. I am blown away. Damn. So, and y'all are talking in my chat. Oh my God. What did I do to deserve 3 of the most beautiful women on YouTube to talk in my chat? Uh, I, I am blown away. Thank you, Wendy O. Thank you very much. Uh, oh, and by the way, Wendy O, I got them pictures you sent me. Uh, uh, them were awesome, awesome pictures that you sent me, Wendio. I got Wendio. I said I would love to see the calf being born. Hey, I'll be going fishing later on today, Wendio, and I'll live stream that. I just need to get off my butt. I'm waking up. Like I said, I'm having my first cup of coffee. Uh, get up off my butt and go up to my boat instead of Joe's boat, and get my fishing poles and and all, and then I'll go fishing. But I was late. I woke up late today and everything else like that, so it's gonna be a little bit later. But I live for stream my fishing. That's what I intend to do. But yeah, as I was saying though, I she sent me a picture of the newborn calf. That was so cool. And all that was, yes. I was about to say that spider web, the fog in the back, the little barn off to the side, and then the spider web with the dew and water on it. That was so freaking awesome. That was a postcard moment, Wendy. That could have gone on a postcard. It was so beautiful, and I guarantee you that picture could sell on a postcard. That Hello, Taylor. Now I got four of the most beautiful women in on YouTube in my chat. Wow. Thank you all. Thank you all. You're doing my heart good. I don't know what I did to get that to happen, but I did it. But yes, that spider web was just beautiful. Oh, I showed your niece's picture to Destiny uh, yesterday, Wendio, and Destiny's like, it looks like she could twist you into a pretzel if she got mad. So I thought you'd get a little kick out of that. You're okay, but you're trying to work through it. Awesome. Let's get to awesome. Let's get to totally awesome, Ascari. No, let's pass okay and go to awesome. Let's skip everything in between. Yes, she is, Wendy. I agree. She is a tough one. I've watched some of her wrestling matches. And I even went back, I remember watching her on TV and all that. And when they were showing the ECW and all a lot. And I even went back and watched some of her uh, matches. It was great. It was great for reminiscing, and also great to see some of the stuff she did and all that. It was great, great. And Michelle, you can always call me also. You know that too if you need someone to talk to, hon. But let's try to get you past okay to awesome. All right, Taylin, you try. Don't work too hard, hon. I understand family crap can get trying at times. I understand that. Believe me, my family my family gave me trials and tribulations more than any other people in my entire life. So. Oh my gosh, Bucks. Bucks. But sorry, I did not mean to say that. Wow, my brain is not awake yet. Oh my God, Futz, that sucks. Two more rooms to clean yet. You must have a big house. Either that or you're just doing a massive, massive, top to bottom, front to back clean on every room. So I don't know what you're doing, but dang, I'm glad it's not me. Let's put it that way. There you go. That sounds about like my luck, Putz. But I love y'all. Y'all are great, great people. Great people. I wish you all the best. I really do. Hey, World Exploder. I haven't smoked a dang bit. I ain't touched drugs, and I'll give you a hair follicle out of my head here. You do a 15-year trace on seeing what I put in my body, and you'll find I ain't done no drugs ever for 15 years because that's as far back as they can trace you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, great dude. It's all good, World Exploder. You didn't hurt my feelings none. I'm having a great morning. I walked up to a woodpecker. I woke up to a woodpecker pecking on the tree. Got to see that beautiful bird. Gorgeous birds. I love woodpeckers. Hey, Skyhawk, how are you, bro? I got to see. I looked out the front window and I seen two deer, and I tried to get on live to get them, but I accidentally made a bumping noise. Uh, uh, I made a bumping noise and I accidentally scared them off. I was going to get them on live stream for you. They were 20 foot, or not 20 foot, but 20 yards, excuse me, from my boat, drinking water. It was freaking awesome. Uh, uh, to wake up to that was so freaking cool. The nature around here is so awesome where I'm at. And it's a great thing to wake up to. And oh my God, it was so neat to see that first thing in the morning. Uh, um, that's some of the stuff I get to wake up to first thing in the morning, and I love it. Good morning, Ocean Breeze. How are you, hon? I hope Skyhawk's having a great day. I hope you're having a great day, Ocean Breeze. I know mine started out really awesome. I I I cannot say how much I appreciate to be on this river because I get to see things that so many people miss in their everyday rat race of a life. Good, Skyhawk. Great, great. I am so glad I'm removed from the rat race now. Oh, please send me that pic, Futz. I love birds. Birds are my thing. I have seen so many different birds through my life. I used to have an Audubon book of birds, and I seen probably a little under a half of the book in birds in my travels when I was younger. And I used to keep a record of all the birds I'd seen and when I seen them, where I saw them at. I had four notebooks at one time of all the birds that I'd seen here in the United States. So, but please send me that picture if you got it. I would love to see that bird. Um, uh, I that would be awesome. Eventually, I'm going to travel back to Arkansas, up around Yellville, Arkansas, They say they found a colony of ivory-billed woodpeckers up there. And I want to see an ivory-billed woodpecker because they are the rarest woodpecker in the world. They say there are 75 of them birds left, and they found them up there by Yellville, Arkansas. I want to go get a picture of an ivory-billed woodpecker, why they still exist. Because okay, folks, thank you so much. Uh, the uh, the ivory-billed woodpecker, there's only 75 they think left, and it's all in that one colony. They're trying their damnedest to preserve them. Uh, One of the few things I could say the Game and Fish up in Arkansas is doing right. Um, they thought they had went extinct, so I want to get a picture of an ivory-billed woodpecker. Um, I've got to see old pictures of them. They look like they are a beautiful, beautiful bird. They are one of the largest woodpeckers in North America. Uh, and I just want to see one in real life. It would be so awesome and such a treat. So, but as you can tell, I'm really birds. I love birds. I normally wherever I'm at have a bird feeder for birds to come to. Different types of feed in it for the birds to come to. That's how much I love birds. And I've seen so many different birds. What's a treat is when you see a rare bird in the area you're at. It may not be rare where, like let's say up north, but it's rare down here in Florida. I've seen a lot of birds that way here in Florida. No, I'm not, Fuds. That's why I would love to see that picture. I've never got to see one. Um, that's why I'd like to have that picture so I could see one. And all that. It would be great. So there's a lot of birds out west I want to see when I eventually go out west. Oh, I bet you they are. They sound all woodpeckers to me are gorgeous. I've never seen an ugly woodpecker in my life. They got some of the most beautiful markings and beautiful coloring to them. Uh, you know, the pileated woodpecker. The pileated woodpecker. It's gorgeous. Uh, the little dust woodpecker, the red-headed woodpecker. All of them gorgeous, gorgeous birds, and I've got to see all of them. I haven't got to see all the woodpeckers yet that are still left in the U.S., and I would love to see them. That's awesome, Fudge. I can't wait to see that. Can't wait to see that. Um, I I've got to see a lot of the woodpeckers that we have in the United States. So I've got to see the majority of them. So and I would love. I can't wait to see that picture, hon. I cannot wait to see that picture. It'll be great. Uh, Hopefully one day I'll get to see one though. Um, I know a lot of woodpeckers are rare nowadays because they went on a tear killing woodpeckers anytime they got close to their houses because back in the day they were using untreated wood logs, you know, to make their homes and all. Well, a bug or whatever would lay its eggs in the wood, and here come the woodpecker. not knowing any better, and he's trying to get the eggs and the bugs out of the wood. Well, they'd shoot them on sight because they were tearing their homes apart, tearing their houses apart, and all. So, which is a sad thing, and that's why a lot of the woodpeckers are damn near extinct today. So a lot of them made a great comeback, like the pileated, the red-headed, and the dust woodpecker. They've all made great comebacks, and the flicker, the the black and white flicker, and the yellow winged flicker. They've both had made great comebacks, and all that. And they're all beautiful birds. And the flicker is, they call it a flicker. That's what its name is, but it is in the woodpecker family. And they're beautiful, beautiful birds. They got some beautiful feathers on them and everything else. Uh, I love them. I love them. I got to see another rare bird, at least here in Florida. Now, up north, you got them everywhere, at least you did have, and that's a blue jay. Down here, it's a very rare sight. I got to see that. I got to see a Baltimore Oriole. Actually, I've got to see several Baltimore Orioles down here in Florida uh, on their migration. Hummingbirds, oh my God, I love hummingbirds. I get There's times I get them coming right up to my face and looking at me. I'm like, hi, how are you? And they're buzzing around going, right in front of my face. It's great. Uh, uh, I've had, I've seen almost every duck in the North American hemisphere here in Florida. I ain't saying all, I said almost every. Because there's some that don't migrate. There's some that only migrate to a certain point and stop. Uh, but the ones that come to Florida, I've seen almost every one of them. And then there's a rare duck called the Florida mallard duck. I've got to see a male and female pair, nesting pair of those. They're very, very rare. The male and the female looks like a regular female mallard duck. The male in the mallards, the Florida mallard duck, looks like a female mallard duck with a purple stripe off his eyes. Very beautiful bird. But he don't have the normal coloration of what you think a mallard should have, with the green head and gray body, things like that. Um, so it's really cool to see rare birds. I love That's my whole purpose of bird watching. I love to see rare birds, rare sights, rare things that you don't normally get to see. So yes, and yes, that's true. That is right. But very beautiful bird too, by the way. But I'll tell you, probably my most favorite bird. He's fairly common though, but I love them. They're beautiful, beautiful birds. Is a red-winged blackbird. I don't know why, but that is probably my most favorite bird to ever. Uh, a solid black, and then they got that red and yellow and orange little patch on their wings. That is just gorgeous to me. The males do. The females are a dusky brown, and but they glisten more than other birds. You know, even though they're dusky brown, they got a little glistening tint to them. Very beautiful birds, and I love them. One of my most favorite to watch. I've seen wow, I've seen Canadian geese down here, which has become a rare sight here in Florida. Back in the '60s, there was a place just down the road from us. It's called the goose pasture. They used to call it that because the geese would land in there so thick and be so loud you could literally hear them 3 miles away, honking and everything else at night on a full moon. You know, they. But now you're lucky to see a Canadian goose in Florida anymore. The white snow goose. It's a rare goose to see down here, and I've seen some of those. Uh, so I get to see a lot of neat stuff. I take the time to do it though. Awesome, Futz. Awesome, great. I'm glad for you on that. Uh, so, needless to say, I get to. I have seen a lot of different birds, but remember, if you want, yeah, yeah, just you're focused. You're right. They are. They stop there now. They don't come south anymore. They do feeding programs up in them states now to feed them. They they did I kick you again? No, there was a box. Okay.
I
Uh,
was turning the box over, sorry.
it's all right. It's all right. And good morning, adjust your focus. I hope you're having a great morning. Other than the Canadian geese overrunning you. uh,
There you go.
but down here because they do. Hey, why me too? How are you? I'm doing, and I good morning to you. I hope you're having a great morning. I know I'm having a great morning. It's been awesome morning so far. Um, yeah, that's the thing. They feed them now up there, and if they do feeding programs, they break the ice for them so they have water to land on and things like that. Where back in the day when they were migrating, they didn't have all them feeding programs and they didn't break the ice for them, and so they had to keep moving with the food, and that's why they migrated. Canadian geese stay where the food's at, uh, they used to love to stay right in front of fronts so they could get the food right in front of them and then move on. Hey, Brian Johnson, what's up? Awesome, Brian. Cool, cool, cool. Uh, um, awesome. I hope you have a great and enjoyable day, Brian. That's going to be awesome. I wished I was there with you to meet them. Them are great guys. I love both of them. I love watching their stuff. Uh, Gen T turned me on to their stuff, so I didn't know about them until Gen T told me about them, and I can tell you now I love watching their stuff. Great, great guys, and all. I wished I could meet them. I really do. But yeah, I'm down here in Florida because of all them feeding programs and stuff. You don't get a chance to see them Canadian geese or the snow geese down here. I know the snow geese up in Arkansas and Missouri are like outrageous. I've seen fields that look like it snowed on, and then you look at them again. Once you get closer to them, you realize it's nothing but geese in the whole field. Uh, who's buying? Who's, who's buying what? You buying lunch, Brian? You can buy lunch if you want, Brian. uh,
Take a cheeseburger Happy Meal.
Julia said she'll take a cheeseburger Happy Meal. But what happened to Nuckins is she worked her ass off yesterday cleaning her house. Hey, News Now Phoenix Bro, how are you? Good to see you. I'm gonna try to call you today. I think News Now Phoenix. Fat bastard with cheese. What I want is if I had my choice of lunch, I want a big, fat, juicy steak. Hey, Frontline Media. I hear Toxic Boom is making up more crap. Now I have resources. Is that my 11K credit debit? Just wondering.
I have to figure a way to fill these back up again. Didn't you say they had water over there hidden in that boat?
No, I didn't.
Or JoJo said that?
I don't know. It wasn't me because I don't know what all they got over in that boat, to tell you the truth.
There's only one bottle left.
I don't know what that was all about, Frontline Media, but okay. Right. I'm doing great, Frontline Media. It's a great morning for me. I'm enjoying life. I got to wake up. I got to see. I want a freaking steak too, Brian. I got to wake up to see a pileated woodpecker pecking on a tree. Beautiful bird. And then I got to look out my front window on the boat, and I see 2 deers within 20 yards of my boat, and drinking water. Great morning. When you get to see stuff like that when you wake up, that's awesome. Hey, Brian King, what's up, bro? Well, if you run out the door naked, I hope you are in a nudist colony, Brian.
Hey, that's just south of Spring.
Yes, dress first. It'll be better for you in the long run, I am sure.
That's just south of Spring Hill.
Yes, it is just your focus. I am so blessed. Hey, News Now Canuck, you sexy god from the north. Good to see you. All bow to the sexy god of the north. It's News Now Canuck, guys. Brian. Brian J is the one I was laughing at there. So, y'all need to discern now. There's a Brian J and there's a Brian K. I think she already read it, bro. I'm sorry. Can't help you there. But when you get to wake up to stuff like that and see stuff like that, it starts your day off in an awesome way. And so I'm glad I got to start my day off like that. And then I come in here and I got all my good friends and family here. Hey, SC News Upstate. I hope you're having a better day today, bro. Hope things are doing good. They're getting better. Hobbit love. Gotta love Hobbit love. I don't know, Brian. You know way more about electronics than I ever wished I had known. So, so if you can't figure it out, I know I can't figure it out. I'm a dumb to electronics, and so. So I do hope you figure it out though, bro. I really do. I don't know, Futz. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on with you there, hon. I really don't. Well, here's what I used to have that problem too, Frontline Media. I used to wake up from terror dreams and everything else. Um, but I kept repeating to myself literally over and over. I would do it for like 5-10 minutes before I went to bed. It's just a dream. It's just a dream. It's just a dream. And I did that literally for 5-10 minutes before I went to bed. And eventually my brain actually comprehended that. And now I actually don't even remember my dreams for the most part. So that's how I handled that. Maybe try doing that, Frontline Media. It might help. I know it did me. I know everything don't work for everybody, but hopefully maybe it might help you, bro.
Well, you want a soup?
Appreciate it, but nah, I'm good with my coffee right now. I do appreciate it.
I saved 2 bags, though. That's all we have left. Destiny used 4 bags last night in that meal.
All right. I don't know why she. I bet you that did, Brian King. I knew that Canuck. That was funny. Hey, Stephen Penderbear, good morning. How are you, bro? I hope your morning's doing great. I know mine is. I got to wake up to seeing a pileated woodpecker pecking on the tree outside my boat. Gorgeous bird. And then I looked out the front part of the boat and I saw 2 deer within 20 yards of my boat. Now, is that awesome or is that awesome? That's what I got to wake up to this morning. It was great. I loved it. So. Yeah, to wake up and not be able to move your body, that would be scary to me. I would be probably terrified at that. Okay, Frontline. I mean, it helped me. It may not help you, but it helped me just to maybe help give suggestions there. No, I did see Woody Woodpecker, Odin. I saw because Woody Woodpecker was a red-headed woodpecker. I saw a pileated woodpecker, uh, but I did get to see woodpecker. It was Woody Woodpecker's cousin.
And Muff, you want some more warm water? Well, while I'm up, you want some more warm water?
No, I'm good. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm good right now. Maybe, Fudge, you might need a new phone. Eventually these things do wear out, unfortunately. You're right, Ocean Breeze. They don't, and it's sad. It's really sad. Like I was saying earlier, we have a place down here called Goose Pasture, and the reason they called it Goose Pasture was in the winter, on a full moon, it would be so full of geese you could hear them literally 3 to 5 miles away from the place, just honking and raising heck. And and now you're lucky to see one goose in that place at all, because they don't come south no more, and it's sad. It's really sad. At least for the state of Florida, if you ask me, it's a sad thing. It's a sad thing for the birds as well, I think. Yes, you do, but they don't come this far south no more, Brian. Uh, there's so many states along the way now that do feeding programs for them, that do that break the ice for them so they can get into the water and everything else. Thank you, Scary. Thank you very much. Needless to say, we don't get to see them hardly anymore. Oh my gosh, it's a Red River. Everybody run. Yeah, you might be right, Canuck. Let me see your passport. Are you from here? Give me your papers. You might be right, there's that Canuck. Hi, Red River. I got a little joke for y'all. This now, Canuck, you just reminded me of a joke. This guy was in Arkansas and he was hunting, and he shot a bunch of ducks, and this game warden comes up to him. He says, "Ah, I bet you I caught you now shooting the wrong ducks." And he sticks his finger up a duck's butt, and he goes, "Yep, I caught you. This ain't an Arkansas duck. This is a Missouri duck. You got a Missouri hunting license?" He said, I sure do. And he shows him his Missouri hunting license. He says, okay, goes over to another duck and sticks his finger up his butt and goes, oh, I got you now. That's a Colorado duck. You got a Colorado hunting license? He says, I got a Colorado hunting license. And he shows him the Colorado hunting license. He says, here, the game warden's going, And he goes, hey, he goes over and he grabs another duck. He sticks his finger up his butt and goes, I got you. This is a Michigan duck. He says, do you got a Michigan duck hunting license? He says, I sure do. And he showed him. And that game warden says, all right, you have a Missouri hunting license. You got a Arkansas hunting license. You got a Michigan hunting license. And you got a Colorado hunting license. Where just the heck are you from? The guy bends over, spreads his butt cheeks, and says, you tell me. We're good on that. Don't go, SC. It's all good.
Okay.
I tell you what, Scary, if you could just transport that out west, then people out west would probably be happy for you, happy to take it from you. Yeah, I heard he was too, and I heard he was pregnant with a baby elephant. You know, I wish that we had Canadian geese here. We don't have them here. I would gladly take some of y'all's Canadian geese problem. I really would. Oh, you know, Mrs. C's gonna kick your ass if you keep saying that, right?
You want to put your solar charger up in the sun?
Nope, right now it's doing what it needs to do right now.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll put it up here. Should be close to being done though. Let me check it. So, then we'll put it. Well, yeah, we can put it up there. Yeah, it's close. It's very close. Damn. My solar charger, when it has a charge in it, charges it faster than even my charger does. That's saying something.
Your phone's charged?
No, it ain't charged all the way, but it was down to 3% less than an hour ago.
Ooh, wow.
And it's at 80. So
80?
Yeah.
That's super.
Oh, Miss C's gonna kick your ass. You know that, right?
When yours gets charged, can I put mine on?
Sure.
I'll wait till yours gets charged. That way it won't take it down so fast.
All right. You know, I'll tell you something about that shit y'all are complaining about. If you ever have a garden and want some really good fertilizer, go get that shit that you're complaining about and put it in your garden. That stuff is some of the best garden fertilizer you'll ever use. So that's why I never. Uh, um, we used to go to the lakes. Uh, no disrespect, Red River. It's just uh, uh, I got all I want in the way of wrenches. I don't go. Some people like to have wrenches in all their rooms, and then some don't. But I have the final say so on what goes on in my room. So you don't have no worries about not having a wrench, uh, because my wrenches know I have the final say so. Uh, um, and if someone's to get kicked out, it's like if they come in and say, "Hey, you look like a child molester," kick their fucking asses out. Um, if they're discussing something, I'll let them discuss until it gets too out of hand, and then I'll ask them to stop. I don't mind discussion, but if it gets out of hand, I'll ask them to stop. If they don't stop, then I'll let y'all. If they don't stop, then you can my wrenches know to get rid of them. No racist comments in here, and no numbers unless you ask to put your number in here, and then I'll give you the okay. And but if you just want to post without asking, no, that ain't gonna happen. So there you have that. And them are about my few rules, and they all know it. So and things like that. Not everyone can kick you out. Adjust your focus can't kick you out. She ain't got a wrench. I got 5 wrenches. I got Tay. I got Gen T. I got Flo. I got Michigan Miss, and I got Ascari. Them are the only 5 that can kick you out. It's now gonna go. How do you? Yeah, okay. Oh, I have 6. Pardon me. I got 6 wrenches. Yes, Tay. How is your mom doing? I know you keep saying she's getting better and better every day, and I like hearing that. That is freaking awesome. That just makes me so happy. Uh, Sounds like God was hearing some prayers there, Tay. It was great. And plus, I can I plus also another thing on that Red River. Unfortunately, my phone does not allow me to set wrenches. I need to call someone. I need to call someone, 1 or 2 people, to get on their computer and set a wrench for me. So that's how that works. Well, hopefully that'll work for you, Brian King. Hopefully he'll start answering you. Now that wasn't very nice of Scary. Okay, in 30 minutes you're gonna live stream. Yeah, Red River phone sucks. So you can't even do half of what you can do on a computer. live stream at 30 minutes with Brian Johnson and Nomad and them. So that should be a cool live stream, guys. I tell you what, Eric Brandt and Nomad are they're crazy, but in a good way. Great, they're a great type of crazy, and fun to watch. Fun to watch. They are great. How they do certain things. All right, Brian, you have a good day. And I love watching them. They make me laugh. It make me. They help me to have a good day. Right, Tay. And I hope you nail them to the cross for doing that to your mom. I really do. I hope you nail them to a cross. Because they don't need to get away with that stuff. All right, Tay. Hurry back, hon. Wow, Brian. Wow.
80%.
Yeah, it was already at 80%. It was at 88%.
Oh.
Make sure. Let me see the charger real quick. Let's see here.
It's not blinking.
No, it's good. It's good. It's just make sure that cord's in all the way up there on it. I should have done that one again.
Mm-hmm.
All right, good. It should be. Love you too, Red River. You're great, bro. I love it when you pick on me. I get to pick back at you. And do not forget to send me the picture of the woodpecker futz. Oh, I cannot wait to see that woodpecker. That would be an awesome sight. I'll be on the lookout to watching for one of those woodpeckers too. I would love to see one if it's a North American bird. I don't intend. I'll probably never, as much as I'd. I'll probably never have the money to go to other countries and see other things I'd like to see. Oh, Pink Camera Magic was live for a few seconds. Oh, okay. All right, SC. No problem, bro. Call me anytime. Oh, wow, Brian. Wow. Stephen Pender was here lurking on me. I done left on me. I love woodpeckers. They're a neat bird, I think. Oh, okay, cool. Stephen Penderbeer. Awesome. Thank you for listening, bro. You know, you are always welcome in my stream. Always. Uh, uh, I love. I tell you, you want different perspectives to look at different things. I'm telling y'all, go to Stephen Penderbear's. He's got a great perspective. He's got different outlooks and different ways to look at different things. Um, he's great uh, uh, about some things. He's really great. So he can open your eyes to a few things. I can tell you that now. He's done it with me. Uh, I didn't see it his way. Oh, awesome, Stephen. I cannot wait to see that. This should be awesome. Wobbly is MIA. What the heck, Kay? I hope Wobbly's okay. Can you get a hold of Perth and see if he's okay? Can you get a hold of Perth and Zerber? Okay. Okay. Good. Good. If he's asleep, that don't bother me. But as long as he he's okay, you know. Yeah. Every once in a while, we all got to sleep. Some sleep more than others, but. All right, bud. All right. Yeah, he finally, his body probably just told him to take a extended siesta. uh, Later, Scary. I love all your work, hon. Uh, I would never diss anything you've done, hon. I love watching you. I love everything you do. So I would never diss you, Scary. I'm telling you that. And I love you. But and unfortunately you do have to work and all that. I misread what you said. Hey, Red River, guess what? Here's something that you can say to that. We're all bound to die sometime. Maybe tonight. It may be 100 years from now, but eventually we're going to die. So, guess what? It might be tonight for you, but I'll still throw a party for you, bro. Because I know you will be in a better place. You will be in a better place. So, I will make sure to throw you a party. That's a normal night's sleep for me, Futz. It's about 2 hours. If I get more than that, I don't know what to do with myself.
I couldn't get over the other day. You slept till 9:30.
Yeah. And like I said, that's unusual for me. 2 nights in a row, I slept almost 6 hours. That's unusual. Something just pissed off a night hearing out there for a second. I don't know what it was. Harry?
Huh?
Hear that night heron?
Uh-huh.
Sound like a night heron and a squirrel going at it. Probably squirrel got too close to the night heron's nest. He's telling him off. Probably pecked the squirrel a couple of times in the head. Yeah, it's been a long time for me to do that too, Brian. 6 hours sleep is very, very unusual for me. Red River, I never go to sleep to get beauty sleep. I go to sleep to get ugly sleep. And I'm proud to say that. I go to sleep to get ugly sleep.
Ugly on the outside, pretty on the inside.
Steve Bender got 4. Wow. I don't blame you on that, Futz. Them things, all that is a chemical addiction waiting to happen. And I don't blame you for not wanting to touch them. I wouldn't either. Now there are ways to put yourself asleep naturally. And don't get this confused now. There's a thing called passion fruit, and there's a thing called passion flower. 2 separate plants. The passion fruit will help you sleep. You make a tea out of its leaves. You only need 1 leaf, and you make a tea out of it. It'll help you sleep. Just a bit of a friendly advice. Tay, you got a point. You got a point. But I can tell you now, liquor don't make me sleep long. It may knock me out, but it don't make me sleep long. That's the problem. I'll still be up in 2 hours. Yeah, it'll knock me right out, but I'll still be up in 2 hours on liquor. So no one's deleted your message, Butts. I promise you. I was talking to, the last thing I saw was you taking your prescriptions. I'll teach you, Red River. I'll teach you everything I know. Just need to take the time to learn it. Honestly, as far as no one's doing it. That's YouTube, Futz. YouTube's been doing that to me. Been doing that to many people. YouTube is goofy that way. I use natural stuff for that too on scorpion stings or spider bites or anything else like that. So there's a great thing called deer potato, Steve, that is great for pulling out poison. It's also called AKA snake root. Snake root or deer potato works 100 million times better than tobacco. All right, Kay, hurry back. Save the spiders for Jen. I don't blame you, Futz. I said I don't blame you for that. Um, that stuff that a chemical dependency is not a good thing. So I don't blame you for wanting to stay away from pills and things like that, especially a narcotic like that. I don't blame you at all. I am very glad that you got help, Futz, instead, because then I would have missed out on one of the most beautiful women ever, inside and out, and I would have missed out on that. And I'm very glad that I got to have you come into my life because you brighten up my life every day, Futz. You make me happy. You make me laugh all the time. So I'm glad that did not go good for you. Gonna have to agree to disagree with you on that, Brian King. But yes, the antidote is a great thing to focus on. But you can pull the poison out. I'm going to have to agree to disagree with you. But I've never tried the UV light, Steve. I've always been into thinking about what if the world's not working anymore. You know what I mean? As far as electricity and things like that. And what do I need to survive without the electricity? That's why I've never tried the UV light. That's an interesting thing, though. Um, I might try that once just to see. I might try it just to see one time. Sounds interesting. You know, I get a lot of ant bites. I'd try it with the. I'll try. I'll try. Try the UV light thing on an ant bite. Not all of them, Brian King. That is a highly debated subject in amongst that community. And I know several snake bite experts, spider bite experts that would disagree with that too. It is a highly debated and fought thing in that community. It has been since they decided to start teaching everybody not to use the cut and suck method. That's been a highly debated and highly fought thing in the community. So I can't wait until you get to come fishing with me, Futz. I cannot wait. Yeah, here in Florida, they made now the EMTs for a snake bite. All they do is take a magic marker and circle the two fang marks with the magic marker and run a line through it. That's what the EMTs do now. They don't do the cut and suck. They don't do Nothing like that. That's what they teach now for the EMTs. Uh, um, so they're leaving the poison in. They're leaving all the poison in to do all its damage it could do until you get the anti-venom. Something that had been proven through the years is get it out as quick as you can, you have less problems. That's a good that's a good way to look at medications, Brian. You're right. Well, Fudge, I'm glad you found our community then. I am glad. I am so glad you found our community and we were to help with that. Um, you're an awesome person, hon, and you are highly loved in this community and highly loved by this family. Uh, um, and but here's the thing: you make me laugh. You make me have a bright day. You are a big part of that. So I am glad that you found our community because you've been a great bright spot in my life just to get to know you. So, and that's how I feel for that, Fuzz. And again, that's a highly debated subject in the snake bite community, Brian King. A highly debated subject in the snake bite community. And it's split right down the middle, I might add. About half of them say cut and suck still today, and half of them say don't do it. It's a highly debated and highly fought subject in that community. And there are many that still believe in the cut and suck method, old and new. And there's also many today, old and new, that think the cut and suck is bad. But let me tell you this. For 10,000 years, they've been using the cut and suck method, and it worked. So why is it now, just in recent times, not working? That's what you need to look at. Because 10,000 years ago, Native Americans were using the cut and suck method. And it worked 10,000 years ago for many Native Americans. So why is it now, just now within recent years, not working? Could it be that the price of anti-venom has more than gone up over 100,000%? Could be. Yes, Stephen Pender. That so I think it has more to do with the people that think it's wrong are making a profit, 100,000% profit off of anti venom. Uh, it was a proven effective means 10,000 years ago. Proven effective. Okay. Yes, they do. Stephen Penderbear. It was a proven effective means to treat a snake bite. Many, many hundreds of millions of cases, it was a proven means of treating snake bite for 10,000 years. Again, quote unquote microscopes, quote unquote all this, prove it wrong. But for 10,000 years, it was right. Now, a proven fact, the Native Americans, they have proven 10,000 years archaeologically through carbon dating and dig sites just right here in Florida alone. 10,000 years. They believe they're doing a new dig site. They haven't talked about it much, that they believe that even goes back further than 10,000 years. So, that they ain't talking about it much because they're trying to gather all the evidence to prove it. There you go, Steve. I did a lot of research on the snake bite thing, Brian, after I got my snake bite and lost a thumb. And I talked to one of the world's or not world, but the United States, one of the United States foremost snake bite doctors. He handles every anti-venom known to man here in the United States. He takes all the zoo cases, and yes, spoiled rotten. It will be later on today. I need to get off my lazy ass and go up and get my fishing pole for my boat. But I talked to him. He told me a lot. He treats almost 800 to 900 cases of snake bites a year, dealing from anywhere from cobra bites to rattlesnake bites to copperhead bites to everything else. And he still, to this day, believes the cut and suck method is the only way to handle a snake bite. And that's from one of the United States foremost snake bite doctors. So I don't know, but he's also in that debate if it's good or bad. Oh, he's not, Jen? Why not, hon? Why ain't he staying over tonight? I know that's making you sad. Oh, okay, Jen. I know that's making you sad, though. I know you look forward to having Zachary around and all your grandkid around.
Destiny, sweetie, you need some hot water?
Again, that's a highly debated subject, Brian.
Okay, I'll get it warmed up.
And that's a highly debated subject. And even, hey, Hillbilly Pyro, and even if that is the truth, in that statement, Brian. Why would you want to keep any amount of venom in your body so more will absorb into your body? Get it out. Get it away from you. Okay? Why would you want to just keep it there so more would absorb in your body? Even if that's the case, what you said is the truth. Why would you want to keep any extra venom that you could keep from absorbing into your body there? That still has no common sense to the matter. Leave it there so more will absorb into your body? If what you're saying is the truth, right there. Okay. Why would you want to leave it all sitting there when you could get any of it out? Not all venom is a neurotoxin. There's two venoms out there, Hillbilly Pyro. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Neurotoxin and hemotoxin. And then there are snakes out there that have both. There are people out, hemotoxin and neurotoxin, right. Mojave Rattler has both. There's a few other snakes out there that have them. Not so much here in the United States, but they're around throughout the world that have both of them. There's a type of vine snake on an island. No, coral has only neurotoxin, but they have the same exact poison as a cobra. Like I said, did a lot of research on snakes and stuff when I got bit. Didn't have nothing better to do. I even lost my thumb to it, and I was out of work. Didn't have nothing better to do. The problem is, Brian King, to render it inert, you got to go to a hospital. Then you got to wait sometimes for them to even mix the anti-venom with the horse blood, so it will actually give you what you need to make it inert. That is not true, Hillbilly. That is not true. Again, like I said, I'm going to bring up a very valid point here. If you can get rid of poison out of your body in any amount, even if what Brian says is true, if you can get any amount of poison out of your body so your body don't absorb it, hello, makes sense to me. Okay, the more poison you absorb, the sicker you're going to get, and that's where, even if what Brian King says is true, you can't get it all out. Why not get what you can out? Yeah, a lot of new books are saying that, Hillbilly Pyro, but I got to go with what was proven for 10,000 years up till recent time. For 10,000 years, people have been cutting and sucking, and it was a proven effective means for snake bites. For 10,000 years. Got to go with what 10,000 years worth of history has proven to be effective, not what modern science says ain't. Yeah, it does, don't it, Hillbilly Pyro? It does sort of sound like an S&M club. You're right. that cracked me up, bro. But honestly, again, it's a highly debated subject, even in the snake bite community itself and the doctors that fight snake bites. But I'm going to tell you this. Anti-venom went up 10,000%, and they're making 10,000% profit on anti-venom. And shortly thereafter, when the anti-venom went up to them making 10,000% profit, is when they come out saying don't do it. 10,000 years of proving itself and proving itself to work. I'm going to have to go with 10,000 years of proof versus 20 years of the anti-venom went up 10,000%, and then they started saying not do it. To me, it sounds more like a profit gimmick, and they make a lot of medical. They try to do a lot of medical mumbo jumbo to confuse your mind, so they can make a 10,000% profit off of anti-venom. So, see, Hillbilly Pyro is even that's freaking awesome. Right now, I can say 10,000 years of proof, because it's documented and 10,000 years of proof of documentation and things like that. Understand that. Again, I'm going to disagree with you on that, Brian King, because the United States, number one foremost snake bite doctor, who is in Valdosta, Georgia, says cut and suck. And he said he'll do it until he dies. And he's been doing that for 40 plus years as a doctor. And he fights against that, saying that it's wrong. And guess what? He's considered in the 10 doctors in the world for snake bite medicine. So, again, I can prove that statement completely and totally wrong. So, not the top 100 at all say that. The number 10 doctor says absolutely do it. And he does it every time he gets a snake bite victim into the hospital. He takes his scalpel, he cuts it open, and he puts a suction machine on it and sucks that crap out. So I will disagree wholeheartedly and to a fault with that. And look when they started stating it, Brian. Just look when they started stating it. That is your proof that you need that it's bullcrap. They started saying that when snake bite venom went up to a 10,000% profit. A 10,000% profit. And then they started saying it was wrong. That's the timeline you need to truly look at.
Water's hot.
It's just like with cancer, okay? I did a timeline on cancer when I was in middle school. They do not want you to think or know that cancer, lung cancer, especially,
Good morning,
went
Michael.
up 59% after the boom for cars. But I proved it. And you know what they did with my report? It was sent to the government, and it was confiscated. A middle schooler found that out. So there you go. That's how much they like to taint what's being said out there. They don't want you to know. They want you to know lung cancer is only caused by cigarette smoking. Guess what? I ain't had a problem yet all my life with any lung cancer or any cancer in my life. And I've been smoking since I was 9 years old. People have seen me walk 20 miles on my live stream and not break even into a hard breath. Okay. I'm 41 years old. I've been smoking since I was 9. People have seen me not walk 20 miles without breaking into a hard breath on my live stream. Okay. But yet, if you look, there was a major car boom in the late 40s, early 50s, all the way into the 60s. And in that time period, lung cancer went up 59%. Gives you something to think about. They don't tell you that in medical reports or anything else. You got to find the timeline for yourself on that, by the way. And when I did, and I had the backup proof for it, my report from middle school got sent by my school to the government immediately, and it was confiscated. So there's just some food for thought. Why'd the government confiscate a middle schooler's report?
If you were right and they got caught.
Why would a doctor why would for 10,000 years they say cut and suck a snake bite, and then 20 years ago the anti-venom went up to a 10,000% profit, and then within months after it going up 10,000% in profit, cut and suck's wrong. Okay, you might want to look at that timeline. For 10,000 years it was right, and then 20 years ago 10,000% profit on anti-venom. 10,000%. A month later, they're coming out saying, don't cut and suck. It's wrong. Well, that's a matter of opinion there too, Hillbilly Pyro. If you look at the Egyptians, they are finding out that Egyptians were living as much as 100 years, maybe even longer, by doing tests on their bones and things like that. They are also finding out many Native Americans did the same. And they're bringing that to light now in your archaeological community.
Well,
I would think you would be up on that.
Jojo just used your container when you were asking about, letting me know they got it over there. They're using it for coffee. Their coffee.
What?
The other coffee container you asked him about.
Oh, that's fine.
I just let you know you were asking him for that. It's the thing you use it.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
I know. I'm just telling you because you were curious what happened to it.
That's fine.
Not trying to
Hillbilly, go look back at your archaeology books, especially the new ones. They're coming out now stating that Egyptians lived 100 or more years, and they're coming out saying a lot of Native Americans lived 100 or more years. By looking at the bone density and the bone growth, the lack of bone density, and things like that. They are finding out that 28 years is for the white people that are saying snake bite, don't cut and suck. That was for them, the white people that only lived that long. And plus, it was also due to, and they're also figuring out it was also due to the fact of like over in Europe, there was a lot of pollution, a lot of tainted water, a lot of chemicals that they were getting in their bodies that the Native Americans and the Egyptians did not have because they actually had good, clean, clear water that they were drinking and good, clean stuff they were drinking. They also had better meals, if you want to call it that, and better nutrition than what the Europeans had. Part of the reason why people left England was they were not eating properly. They were dying and they knew it. They wanted to find a new place to get nutrition. But the Native Americans, they are now proving, have lived as long as 100 years, if not more. The Egyptians they're proving that. They're also proving they're proving the Hawaiian people lived as long as 100 years or more. Again, Brian, you need to, as I told Hillbilly Pyro, go look up the new modern books on archaeology, and they'll prove that all wrong. If you want to say, let's go with the modern, and what the modern doctors are saying. Let's go with what the modern archaeologists are saying. So, hey, there you go, Hillbilly. If you want to prove a point on modern medicine, I'll prove my point with modern archaeology. Okay? So, let's think about this. If you want to prove your point on modern medicine, I'll prove my point on modern archaeology. So, there you go. And the modern archaeology is saying they're finding Egyptians that lived well past 100 years. Okay? 100 years or more, and they found some that have lived well past 100 years. Native Americans also, they found well past 100 years. Well, then you need to start looking at the modern books that have recently come out within 10 years. Brian. And start reading them. Because they're saying some well past 100 years. A lot that lived up to 100 years. The Native Americans are saying that as well. They're also saying that about the Hawaiians and in their culture as well. They also have proved they are trying to prove with some Orientals that they used to live 100 years or more. They're in the process of it right now. There you go, Odin. There you go. Does it feel as good for you as it does me, Odin? You're very welcome, Odin. See, I read a lot on this stuff too, guys. I love it. History to me is fascinating. I read all I can about history, and part of history is also knowing the people. So I have read a lot on this stuff. So that's why I'm talking from what I know and what I know has been wrote and is out there that evidently you either are not choosing to read or counting it off as bullshit or have read and are counting it off as bullshit because of what it's been for so many years. So if you want to use modern medicine, which has been proven to be many times over wrong, that's why there's hundreds of thousands of lawsuits against modern medicine. There's another thing you should think about. Been proved many times over wrong. And you choose to listen to modern medicine, that's fine. I'm going to choose to listen to the more modern of archaeologists and what they got to say. Because that makes better sense to me and how they accomplished such feats in their lifetime. They're even if you because if you look at some of the building feats that were done in the name of a king in Egypt, the building feats are beyond measure compared to even modern building feats, and they had to have a hell of a lot more time to accomplish what they did. This is proven. When a new king took over, the new king got what he wanted, and things stopped for the old king. 28 years for a king to live wasn't enough to accomplish what was accomplished. And have a new king move in and say, I want done what I want done. It was impossible. That's why also these new modern archaeologists started delving into age. They got to figuring that out. You know, what we're saying is impossible. It couldn't have happened. So we're going to delve into what the ages were. So there you have it. Gives you a fruit for thought there. Gives you a lot of fruit for thought and why they did what they did and why they're finding this out. See you later, Northern Trail Dog. You have a good day. Love you, bro. Call anytime you want, Northern Trail Dog. Damn it, Steve. I wish you could stay longer too. I understand though. You got to do things to make a living too, bro. You know, you're more than welcome in my streams and more than welcome to be here. I'm glad to have you. And don't give me. Love you too, Northern Trail Dog. Love you too, Stephen Pender. Y'all have a great day, guys. And you know, I also love these discussions with Brian King. Brian King gets my brain active again sometimes on different things. It makes me bring back knowledge that gets stagnant. Because the old saying is, if you don't use it, you lose it. So I love having these discussions with you, Brian. I really do. I just try to give you ways to look at it, and I know you try to give me ways to look at it. And I do love these. I do love these discussions, bro. Yeah. I know that. Yes, I do. I do know about. I do know about that temple you were talking about, Hillbilly Pyro. I'll tell you another site that they just recently allowed to be open for public viewing is down here in Florida. And they figured it was about 8,000 years ago. There is a Viking burial plot in South Florida, and they found it. So 8,000 years ago, the Vikings were coming to Florida, and they just recently are allowing the public near it. They kept that hush hush for almost 25 years on that. So 8,000 years ago, the Vikings were visiting Florida. Think about that one. So and I do know about that temple you're talking about, by the way. And no, they will not let you near it. They will not let you get close to it. Because the reason they have to hide that shit is it shows their history is wrong, and they have to completely rewrite history. That's why. The American history is so tainted and so wrong. When there's something to prove what American history, that American history is tainted and so wrong, they got to hide it because they don't want to rewrite history. Oh, I agree with you, Hillbilly. I agree with you. Yep. Step up and say, "Hey, we screwed up. Let's go look at this and figure out why it happened. Let's figure out why this." Let's figure out all that, how, who, what, when, where's, hows, and whys of this, and say, yeah, we screwed up. Big whoop-de-doo. Now we're on a new chapter. Okay. I agree, Hillbilly. I agree.
100%. Cool. You want this?
Later, yeah. I'll eat it.
You want the lid?
Yeah, let's put that on there for now. But they want to hide it because they don't want to admit when they're wrong. That's their problem. They do not want to admit when they're wrong. And then it takes 15 to 20 years or more of debate to actually, for them to agree that they're wrong. Okay, so, I mean, it's insane. It's insanity. So. The mold has been worked. There it is. Yeah. Yeah, it takes. Okay. Okay, GNT, hon. And they make up shit too, Brian King, so they can profit from it. You know, that they make up shit and say it's a cure all for everything in the medical community, and now they get, and then they wind up with hundreds of thousands of people in multi-class class action suits against them too. Some food for thought on the medical community. And they say they had proven fact, proven fact, proven fact, proven fact. This is the cure. This is the cure. This is a cure. And now there's hundreds of thousands of lawsuits against them. They're proven fact, proven fact, proven fact. Okay, so. Oh, I agree with you on that. Columbus was supposed to have been the first person to ever find the Americas. And here's the problem. Columbus didn't find the Americas. He found islands. And then later on, he was brought to the Americas by people that found it long before him. So you got a point there, Hillbilly. You do have a point there. You can't, that goes back to the old saying, you can't find something that ain't lost. My grandpa used to say that all the time. You can't find nothing, you can't find something that ain't lost, because I used to say, I found you, Grandpa. All right, Hillbilly, you try to have a good day. It was good. It was good discussing things with you too, bro. I enjoy discussions like this. It's great. It's mind stimulating to me. Might not be for some people. It's mind stimulating to me. Again, it brings back the old saying: if you don't use it, you lose it. So I love these discussions. I really do. Um, and all. And Brian likes to pick my brain like that a lot. He likes to give me shit to pick my brain, which is really good. And I know it helps him and it helps stimulate his. I know it helps stimulate his brain. It gives him things to talk about too. So, and I appreciate these discussions. I really do, and I thank y'all. Jen says, bless you, Julia.
Thank you.
And by the way, Futz earlier did say hi, Julia, but I was in a discussion at the time when she said it. So I wanted to pass on that message. I did see that, Futz, if you're still in there, hon. I did pass on your message. You said hi to Julia.
Thank you. Hi back. Have a super day, guys.
And Joe and Destiny says hi to everyone. Gen says also, that Gen I apologize. Gen also said hi too.
Hope you have a super day and hi back.
And Joe and Destiny says hi to everyone. And special hugs to Miss Gen T. And she gives hugs back to you too also. To you and Destiny both. Gen T does. Next year they plan on coming down here. We're trying to get a meeting to where everybody gets to come down here. A lot of different people in the community are going to try to get together down here to meet me, Flo Bro, you guys, and everything else. So, yes, a lot of them are planning on camping. Some are planning on getting motel rooms, and things like that. So, next year, sometime. We haven't set a date yet because it's hard to set a date this early in time.
We got a houseboat and we got a yacht.
Right. So there you go.
We've got a roof. That's up on the roof.
Pissed off taxpayers giving out free hugs. Hey, pissed off taxpayer, how are you, bro? And I'll take my hug right now. Hugs, 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 bro. But yeah, well, the thing is, if we have as many people show up that are saying they'd like to show up right now, there ain't enough boats. There's going to be about 30 to 40 people.
How many?
30 to 40.
Oh, I don't think we can handle that many.
That's why I said some are thinking about camping, some are thinking about motels, things like that. So, if we have as many people show up next year that are saying they'd like to show up, that's going to be a lot of people. I love you, pissed off taxpayer. By the way, I love that stream with you walking on the nature trails, bro. That was an awesome, awesome stream. You missed, by the way, you missed 2 deer. I caught them on the corner of the camera. You barely caught them on your camera, but you missed them because you were looking at your chat when you were going down through there. And it was, and then they ran off into the woods. I guess that's where they headed. It looked like that would be where they were heading, was to the tree line. Yeah, you heard something in the woods too. Probably some deer. But then again, you never know up in that area. You got a lot of critters up in them there woods. So it's a good thing to be vigilant when you're out in them woods, because there's critters out there that might bite you. So, but yeah, I saw. You haven't seen a bear yet. Well, in a way, that's a good thing. Right here where I'm at, there ain't so many bears. I've only seen one time a bear where right close. Good idea, pissed off taxpayer. Good idea. Here where I'm at, it ain't. You don't get to see too many bears, but there's places here in Florida you can see a lot of bears. Are you hiding or something, Joe?
Yeah, sorry, in the camera.
Oh, okay.
You did me a favor, roll me one of them.
Yeah, sure. You want menthol or you want regular?
One of them. I bought me a filter.
All right, let me finish my
Okay.
menthol up here that I already had the tobacco in, and then I'll get you rolled up.
Them shorts you gave me, somebody put them out there by the generator thing
Generator.
out there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
by the
laying out there
generator.
beside the generator. Okay.
You probably did it right out the back window.
I was gonna wear them today, and I couldn't find them, and I happened to put my pad out there and washed it out, and hung it, and seen it. Oh, okay, that's where it got to.
Jen T said, "Stop hiding, Joe."
I'm not hiding. I'm just behind you. You just can't see me.
That'd be awesome, pissed off taxpayer. That'd be awesome. Yep, that's it. That's his YouTube handle. We call it POT or pot, but it stands for pissed off taxpayer.
I had a cat once they called Davy Brown. I said he was solid black. I said that was my little POD,
POD,
my little Prince of Darkness.
Prince of Darkness. There you go. Hey, SE, welcome back to the stream, bro. Give me that thing. I gotta put that in there first, or it won't.
That's what I told Destiny.
Make
I'm gonna buy a bag of that tobacco on the first.
Yep.
And some tubes and one of them little things.
Right.
And it'd be
That roller looks like it works better
Actually-
than the one that Stinky's got that he keeps breaking.
that's
does
what he
to me.
wears that motherfucker out.
Actually, Joe, if you want to actually invest in something, it'll be a pretty penny to begin with. It's like about
Yeah.
45.
Yeah.
Get
it's
that one with that- yeah.
gold thing.
Get
yeah.
one of those. Don't even think about getting one of those. Them are worthless. I'm telling you, you're
That's
gonna
what-
get so mad at them because it's gonna only put a quarter of a fucking cigarette,
That's what happens.
or it's gonna
with
put
Rick.
a 3/4 of a cigarette, and your
Right.
cigarette's gonna be limp and won't draw shit like that. Invest in one of those. I'm telling you, I would. That's what I'd do if I was
Right.
going to do that.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with
'cause I
the,
think it's cheaper because it's like
oh, it is.
$13, $14 for hers and then 14 for mine.
Right.
So you figure 14 and 14 plus
28.
tax. So
30
And this bag generally lasts me a month.
right,
Okay, so I got 2 months of tobacco here.
right.
Uh, in the long run, it's a hell of a lot fucking cheaper.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean,
I can't get over Rick. His bag only lasts him about 2.5 weeks. Then he's
yeah,
over.
but in defense of Rick, he is not getting the full pound bags. He's getting 6-ounce bags. Okay.
I don't know. All those are red colors.
Yeah, they're 6-ounce bags. So actually, if he got the full pound bag, it would probably last him about a month. In truth, he smokes about as much as I do, which ain't that bad. About 3/4 of a pack to a pack a day. So. To you, Gen T, rolling cigarettes may be a pain. To me, it's not. But you got that electronic machine that you use, though, don't you, Gen T? And I know, yeah, them are even better yet. I agree. They're so much easier, but you know, we're working with some limited funds here, so we got to go with a little bit cheaper stuff sometimes.
Gotta
Shit,
go with.
I wished I was up there in New York around that Riz.
Yeah, the reservation has cheap
Oh, yeah.
cigs and all that.
You can buy rolled cigarettes up there, $8 a bag.
So, That so believe me, I wished we could afford one of them electronic ones. Them electronic ones are like great. They're the greatest thing since peanut butter and jelly as far as rolling a cigarette or making your own cigarette. But
Bye.
got to use what we got.
There's still warm coffee and water here.
Well, Brian, that's what I use too, bro. Right there, a thumb roller. Right there. So, and right now I would suggest getting zigzag rollers, Brian, because at least down here, all the zigzag rollers are coming with two of these the roller things, two of the actual thing that you put your tobacco in. This thing here is coming with two of them now. So they're actually really great. So you get two. In essence, you're getting two for the price of one.
He needs to borrow your lighter.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh,
Okay.
I make him wait until I let mine.
That's right.
So Joe ain't gonna die, neither am I. He's done it to me before, by the way.
Is that after 12 o'clock already?
Yeah, I believe that because I'm down to 15% on my battery.
That's 100%. Trade them out.
I ain't gonna stop my live feed until I'm ready to stop my live feed.
Oh,
That's why I traded
I'm
them
sorry you had.
out. I'm about to have to shut off my live feed. I'm down to 15% though, and then trade out batteries, guys. So I ain't leaving quite yet, but pretty close to it. This has been a great day. I've loved today. Today was awesome. A stimulating conversation. Great way to wake up. Too bad you didn't get to see that, Joe. I woke up to a pileated woodpecker up here on this dead tree. Yeah. And then I look out the front window. There's two deer standing right there taking a drink. Right there. I'm like, I'm trying to get them on live, get live stream going, and the damn phone slipped out of my hand and it went bang and it ran off. I was like, damn it, man. That was cool. Just right there, man.
Yeah.
That's what, 50, 60 foot from us?
Yeah.
So that shit was fucking awesome. I was like, holy shit, deer that close. That don't happen here in Florida unless you put out corn and shit, you know. And I was trying to get it on live stream so you all could see it and all. And I dropped the damn phone and made them run off. But I at least got I got the mental picture of it. I'm happy. I wish y'all could have shared with that and be just as happy with seeing that with me. I apologize. My fumbly, just waking up hands did not work. Hopefully, one of these days, I'll be able to get y'all some close-up deer pics. You know, if they're going to do that, you know, eventually I'm going to be able to catch them and you'll be able to see them because they come back to the same drinking holes.
Deers are not very photogenic around here.
You're right. They aren't. They hear a noise, they're gone.
They like, oh hell no, you ain't taking my fucking picture.
Yep, that's it. That's it. Same with turkeys. Turkeys ain't so photogenic around here either.
No, they know they're pretty well loved on the dinner plate.
Right. Same with deer. But I used to on an old phone that quit on me, and I could it just up and quit one day, and I didn't have a chance to actually transfer the pictures over to anything else, so I lost the pictures. My uncle was one of the best turkey callers I ever met. Okay, and I was sitting there instead of having a gun. I was letting my uncle call up the turkeys for me, and I was taking videos and pictures of the turkeys. I had a turkey that was drumming and strutting. You know when they drum, they go blah 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 blah, and hit them wings on that ground, and that dust is flying. That shit's cool. We also had a fake tom turkey mount out there, and we had a hen turkey mount out there. Okay, it was great. I used to have a video of that tom turkey attacking that other tom turkey mount, attacking it, man, just tearing it to shreds. And then it realized this thing ain't real, and it's looking at it, and it stops and it looks at it. It's like, what the fuck is this? You know, right? Yeah, he fucked it up before he realized it wasn't real. And then I had another one where he tried to mount the hen, the same tom turkey. He tried to mount the hen and screw the hen turkey. It was great. I mean, I used to have great videos of turkeys, and unfortunately, I don't have them no more because the phone that I had them on went to shit in a handbasket, and it didn't give me no warning it was going to go shit in a handbasket. So, or I would have had it transferred over to another phone. Yes, it was turkey porn, Brian King. It was turkey porn. It was great. That turkey was into artificial stimulation too, because it was a mounted hen turkey. It wasn't a real one. He was into artificial stimulation. And he went to town on that hen for a bit, buddy. Got a headache or something?
No, my shoulder's hurting.
Oh.
Sat on it wrong, or slept on it wrong.
Been there, done that. I've been there and done that. My God.
I go to pick up this water. I feel like I'm picking up 40 tons.
I know that feeling. I've been there and done that. I did that 2 days ago, as a matter of fact.
Getting old as a bitch.
So, but
my friend.
yeah, I've got to see a lot of great things in nature. Nature is impressive to me, and I've got to see a lot of great things. I got to watch 2 box turtles mate. Did you know that's an all-day process? Literally, I watched these turtles start at sunset, and they did not end until, or excuse me, they started at sunrise, and they did not end until sunset. And I did not video it. I was actually out hunting, and it was just an unexpected thing. I wasn't expecting to see anything like that. And I didn't have no means to video or any ways to take pictures. But I got to watch that. And it was so cool. Yes, you ain't kidding, Brian King. They are very violent. I've seen that once myself. I'll tell you another thing that's a very violent mating ritual is the Black Widow. The bitch turns around and eats her mate right after they get done. And I've watched that with my own 2 eyes in real life. She's a real bitch. She eats her mate, buddy. It always makes me wonder if she was just pissed off and he didn't give it to her right, and that's why she ate him, But that's a very violent mating ritual. I'll tell you another cool mating ritual I got to see is there's a little bitty falcon. What the hell's the name of it now? Not a peregrine. It's another one. But there's a small falcon. I forget what it's called now. But they will literally try to catch the biggest, most dangerous snake they can and kill it. And then go sit on a fence post or drape it over a fence line or a stick or a clothesline, whatever. They'll drape it over it. And then they'll sit there and strut and do their mating dance all around that to get a mate. It's really freaking awesome to watch. I've seen them little falcons actually take out 4.5, 5 foot rattlesnakes just to do their little mating dance. And it seemed like the bigger, the better for them, for the female. You know, the bigger the snake, the better on the bird caught and killed. You know, it was really cool, awesome to watch. And I cannot remember the name of that falcon. It's not the smallest falcon. It's actually the second smallest falcon there is out there, and they do that. Ah, good. I can't wait until you go live, Northern Trail Dog. I cannot wait. That'll be awesome, bro. Well, Genty, that's nature. And I can tell you now, I'm glad we have the vultures that we have. Because this world would be an unbearable place. Later on tonight, Genty. Later on tonight. Okay, I sure will. Northern Trail Dog. I will call you. No problem, bro. Brian, when you feel comfortable going live, go live, bro. You're here. You're still. We know you. We know you're doing. We know you're doing as good as you can be at this point in time. We know you're okay. You're okay. Go live when you feel comfortable going live and feel like dealing with anything and all. Okay. So that's all I can say on that. But you know you're loved, bro. So. But on that note, guys, I need to go. Right, that's the point I was getting at, GNT. So you don't feel overwhelmed and things like that. It can be frustrating. It can be aggravating if you try to go live with a lot of things going on, and all. So, and I know it can, and all it'll do is just get your blood pressure up, and aggravate problems that you have. But I got to go on that note, and I love y'all. Thank you for coming in, supporting me, and y'all have a great day. Northern Trail Dog, I'll call you as soon as I change out batteries. All right, bro? And I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a great day. I am going to be out now.